All right, this is the 1952 International Electric Truck Conversion video. This is the chassis that was built. We're putting a brand new chassis underneath the old truck and putting a Ford Mach-Ev motor into it. So the chassis was built by Art Morrison Industries in Fife, Washington. Highly recommend them. It was a custom build. So I think from the start to finish is close to a year, but that's because we spent a lot of time just figuring out dimensions and what to do. So I got independent front suspension, sport brakes. These things are risers. We need these risers to hold the body and the truck chassis up. Typically, when you get a new chassis for these 52 Internationals, you're looking for you do a different type of chassis. You do like a straight frame that goes across, straight frame with just a little bump. But the independent rear suspension, when people do those, then they kind of hot rod them. And a lot of times, maybe they'll put a tub in the back, but I didn't want to do that. So what we've got here is what would normally hold a differential, but this is going to hold the motor. So the motor mounts to these two holes in the front, and then those bars on the bottom to keep it from rotating. And they took the motor. I brought the motor down there, and they used the motor, and they took all the dimensions and everything. They have some nice tools for turning dimensions into CAD. They told me I've got some new brackets and stuff coming, and so I don't have absolutely everything here. And this is, I like these bars. This is normally where you'd run your exhaust through, but that's where we'll run, water pipes, electrical, all that sort of thing. So probably the first order of business will be, I'm going to paint this chassis black, but, what I really want to do is, ideally, I would drill all the holes in it beforehand, but I'm not going to drill any holes, I don't think, in the mount for the motor. So I'll do that first. While I've got you here, I'll show you. Here's a couple of the Tesla batteries. We've got really nice voltage on these. I have to look up and see exactly what I had, but I had 100 volts on about 100 volts on the tall one, and about 90 volts on the short ones. So here's the truck itself. Again, this is my conversion project. So this is what I drove in high school, the exact truck. And I should probably I got a friend who's really good at grinding and ceramic coating paint, so we're gonna try the patina. I'm gonna take the hood over there, and because this thing, it's got a lot of defects, a lot of bumps and grinds from 52 to now. That's only 71 years, but it was only 40 years in use. So we last parked it in 1992, or last drove it. This thing's got a massive motor in here, so our weight distribution is going to be quite different because those batteries are going to go in the center of the chassis, and there's not going to be anything up here in the front except maybe some radiator and some other things. So anyways, very excited to get moving on to this step of the journey, and happy to have you watching along with me.